The Five Freedoms campaign was a public relations campaign developed in COMM 472 to raise awareness among St. John Fisher undergraduate students about the First Amendment and the five freedoms that it guarantees. First, we conducted secondary research to find general data on the First Amendment and the public's knowledge of it. To develop the campaign, we also had to conduct primary research in order to understand the target audience in different ways. We used a survey to find out what they already knew about the First Amendment. We also wanted to understand how to effectively communicate to our target audience, so we researched their use of social media, consumption of news, and other media as well. In our primary research, we found that 38% of survey respondents knew all five freedoms of the First Amendment. We also found that social media was the best way to communicate with them, specifically Instagram. After that, we conducted a SWOT analysis to further understand the situation that we were in with our campaign. To develop our campaign, we created strategic messaging and developed our objectives, strategies, and tactics. Our first objective was to raise awareness of all five elements of the First Amendment among undergraduate students at St. John Fisher College by 7% by the end of our campaign. To achieve that objective, we hosted a pop-up event in Center Campus with prizes and trivia questions as our first strategy. The second strategy was to create a social media campaign revolving around the First Amendment. The last strategy was to create a deliverable to hand out at all campaign-related events to increase brand resonance. The second objective was to motivate at least 10 St. John Fisher College undergrad students to attend our event, Meet the Media Special Edition. The first strategy we used to achieve this objective was to promote the Meet the Media panel on social media. The second strategy was to promote it around campus. And the third strategy was to provide incentive to motivate students to attend the event. We found in our primary research that adding an incentive to an event was a highly effective way to get people to go to it. After we finished the campaign, we conducted a second survey so that we could evaluate the effectiveness of our campaign. We found a 5.4% increase in the students who correctly chose the five freedoms of the First Amendment. However, we found that 82% of those who attended our panel event knew all five freedoms, 77% who attended our pop-up event knew all five, and 68% of those who followed our Instagram knew all five. We also motivated 24 people to attend Meet the Media Special Edition, 19 of which were St. John Fisher College students. Our campaign develops a lot of engagement on social media. One of our posts that we boosted had 4,538 impressions, and our account had 88 followers. We also received a lot of earned media coverage. We had 55 plays on our podcast and landed coverage in the college news and as seen at Fisher. Lastly, for this campaign, we were given a $500 budget. As you can see, we spent most of it on the incentive to attend our events because of the research that we found this to be a highly effective way to increase the attendance of an event. In conclusion, the Five Freedoms campaign was successful in raising awareness of the First Amendment among students at St. John Fisher College. Those who interacted with our campaign did significantly better when asked to recall the five freedoms of the First Amendment. Therefore, our research that we conducted was valid and helped us create a campaign where we could strategically communicate to our target audience in an effective way.